Paid for volunteer trips, like a Rustic Pathways trip to Costa Rica, will help with college admissions as long as you put more into it than just your parents' money. My name is Evan Forrester. I'm the co-founder of Forster-Thomas Educational and Career Consulting here in New York City. And today I'm talking about paid for volunteer trips. You know, like the one you might be going on this summer to clean up the Machu Picchu Trail. A father recently got in touch with me and asked, Evan, does volunteerism, does it still help with getting into college? The short answer, and the consensus among all of my colleagues who are educational consultants and college advisors, as well as all of the admissions officers that I work with, say absolutely yes. But the important part is that it has to be genuine and not just a logging of community service hours. You really have to be in there. It has to be something that you're passionate about and something that you care about and that you demonstrate over a long period of time, not something that you do as a one-off. Colleges are not going to be interested in a paid-for trip to Costa Rica, as your big example of volunteerism. That alone isn't going to work. So, what are the reasons to do this kind of trip? Well, the first reason is because it's the right thing to do. And that's the most important reason. In fact, that should be the only reason. So, an admissions officer, as I was saying, wants to see a long-term commitment to one, maybe two activities, much more than you being involved in all these little activities like, oh, I went to the soup kitchen one day, then the next day I walked for the cure. I mean, those are great things, but get 10 friends to the soup kitchen. Make it an event that you've created every year because it really is important to you. Somebody you know in your life ended up on the streets and needed a free meal. Now you're going to help in a whole other way. Or somebody in your life was ill with with a terminal illness, and so you've made a commitment to get other people involved and to raise awareness. And you're not just doing it once, but you're doing it over a period of time. Going to other countries, that's great. It says a number of things, and as Anne Fleming Brown at Union, the director of admissions, said to me, it lets me know that you are interested in traveling. It shows me that you are interested in working with people less fortunate than you are. I'm going to add to that and say it's really only going to make an impact, again, when your volunteerism extends beyond the trip. So, what should you do? You should do something like lead a fundraiser before you go on that people-to-people trip, the one that you're paying for. Lead a fundraiser. Or do one after you get back. Or if you go to you stay with the Malaku tribe in Costa Rica and with a family, and you realize that the kids need books there because they want to learn English, get all your friends to send children's books and make sure you find somebody who's going to take over this fundraiser or this book drive after you've gone off to college. That's the most important thing. You're giving birth to another leader. Finally, you can't afford to go on a trip with people-to-people or dragons. Well, first of all, check and see. Many of these organizations have scholarships, so check and look for that. But if that still doesn't work out and you can't go, here's the great news about volunteerism. You can do it right in your own backyard. You do not have to leave town to do something really great and to be involved in the community. You can do something right in your own backyard. You don't even need your school to agree with you. So if you want to write letters to terminally ill kids to cheer them up, and your school says, hey, we don't have a room for you, or you can't find an advisor, don't give up. That's just excuse making. Leaders are people who do the things that others find excuses to avoid. That's what I want you to become. So if you have to do something in your own backyard, or once a week meet in your garage, then you're a leader, you're involved in volunteerism, and you didn't even have to pay for it. My name is Evan Forrester, and I'm the co-founder of Forster-Thomas Educational and Career Consulting, and I'm telling it to you like it is.